Have you ever held a simple coin in your hand, looked at it, and wondered if it could change your life? Imagine finding a tiny, shiny piece of metal in your change and realizing it's worth tens of thousands of dollars. Sounds unbelievable, right? But today, we're diving deep into one such coin that's been hiding in plain sight, the 1994 D. Roosevelt dime, minted in Denver, a seemingly ordinary piece of pocket change that has shocked collectors and numismatists around the world with its mysterious rarity and high market value. You may be walking around with a treasure in your wallet right now. So stay tuned, because what you're about to hear might just make you check every single dime you come across from now on. Let's start with the coin itself. The 1994 D. Roosevelt dime, a small 10-cent coin issued by the United States Mint, is part of the ongoing Roosevelt dime series that began in 1946, just a year after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. This design, honoring the 32nd President of the United States, features his left-facing portrait on the obverse along with the inscriptions Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the year 1994. Beneath the portrait, right near the neckline, sits the mint mark D, indicating the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. And on the reverse, we see the traditional fasces, a bundle of rods with an axe, symbolizing strength and unity, flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, representing peace and victory. Now here's the fascinating part. While millions of these dimes were produced, not all of them were created equal. Some 1994 D. Roosevelt dimes carry specific qualities that make them worth far more than face value. We're not just talking about a few dollars. We're talking about values as high as $58,000 or more. That's right. A 10-cent coin potentially worth more than a brand new luxury car. But how did this happen? Why is this coin so valuable? Let's rewind a bit and explore the historical context. The early 1990s were a busy time for the Denver Mint. Millions upon millions of coins were being struck daily to meet the demands of commerce. In 1994 alone, the Denver Mint produced over 1 billion Roosevelt dimes. But within this massive production run, rare errors and die varieties began to surface. Some of the most valuable 1994 D dimes are those that exhibit full torch details on the reverse, known as full bands. These are the horizontal lines on the torch that must be fully visible and clearly struck. A full band's 1994 D dime in perfect uncirculated condition is exceptionally rare, and collectors go crazy over it. But there's more. Some coins were struck on the wrong planchet, meaning they were accidentally minted on a blank intended for a foreign coin or another denomination like a penny or a nickel. Others display double dies, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks, all of which drastically increase a coin's value. These mistakes might have gone unnoticed at the time of minting, but decades later, collectors hunt for these rare gems like modern-day treasure hunters. And when they find one, the reward can be astronomical. Let me tell you about a particular coin that made headlines. A pristine 1994 D. Roosevelt dime with perfect full bands and flawless luster was auctioned at a prestigious coin show and sold for a jaw-dropping $58,000. That single coin, pulled from circulation and carefully preserved, went on to become one of the most talked-about dimes in the modern coin market. Its condition was graded by a top-tier grading service as MS68 with full bands, an extremely rare grade for this particular issue. There are only a handful of examples known to exist in such high grade. When rarity meets perfect preservation, the result is a coin of monumental value. Even circulated 1994 D. Roosevelt dimes can fetch impressive prices if they have certain characteristics. Coins with strong strikes, minimal wear, and unique errors can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars on online platforms and at coin conventions. Collectors are especially drawn to coins that are certified by reputable grading companies like PCGS or NGC, as these companies authenticate and encapsulate the coin, protecting it for future generations and confirming its value in the marketplace. What makes this even more interesting is the idea that these coins are still out there. They're not locked away in museums. They're in circulation. They could be in your change jar, inside a coin roll from the bank, or even mixed in with old coins passed down from a relative. Imagine the thrill of discovering a coin that everyone else has overlooked, a coin that turns out to be a rare gem worth tens of thousands of dollars. This is why so many people are now turning to coin collecting, not just as a hobby, but as an exciting way to uncover hidden value and invest in tangible history. The Roosevelt dime series, though often overlooked, has become a playground for modern collectors. And within the series, the 1994D issue stands out as one of the most mysterious and potentially lucrative coins of the 1990s. Whether it's the stunning full bands variety, a rare mint error, or an uncirculated gem pulled from an old coin collection, the potential is staggering. The 1994D dime has created a buzz in the numismatic community, inspiring videos, articles, forums, and live auctions. Everyone wants a piece of this silver-colored legend. Now, let's talk about the modern coin market. Prices for rare coins have surged in recent years, with collectors and investors pouring millions into the hobby. As inflation rises and people look for alternative investments, rare coins have become a hotspot. Coins like the 1994D Roosevelt dime, when certified in high grade or displaying dramatic mint errors, have become blue-chip collectibles. They're portable, durable, historic, and universally recognizable. A single coin like this can transform an ordinary collection into a national headline. So what should you do if you think you found a valuable 1994D Roosevelt dime? First, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can destroy its value. Instead, carefully place it in a protective holder or a plastic flip. Then, consult a professional coin dealer or submit it to a grading service. The investment in getting a coin graded can pay off tremendously if it turns out to be rare or in exceptional condition. There are also numerous coin shows, auctions, and online communities where you can get advice and even sell your coin if it meets the high standards of collectors. And don't stop with just the 1994D dime. There are dozens of Roosevelt dimes from the 1960s, 70s, 80s, and 90s that have rare errors or high-grade survivors that are highly sought after. The key is in the details: the strike, the mint mark, the surface quality, and any unusual characteristics. With just a bit of knowledge and a sharp eye, you could be on your way to discovering your own six-figure treasure. So next time you get a handful of coins as change from a store, don't just throw them in a drawer or toss them in a jar. Take a close look. Flip them over. Examine the mint mark. Check the year. You might just find the coin that turns your life upside down, the coin that's not just worth 10 cents, but worth $58,000 or more. Keep hunting, keep collecting, and never underestimate the power of pocket change. Because in the world of numismatics, every coin tells a story, and some of those stories are worth more than you can imagine. If you found this video fascinating, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing coin stories and discoveries. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a hidden treasure. Who knows, the next rare coin we reveal could be sitting right in your wallet. Thanks for watching, and may your next time be the one worth a fortune. Today's story is not just about any coin, it's about a hidden treasure that could be sitting quietly in your pocket change right now. We're going to explore the amazing, surprising, and jaw-dropping story of the 1990p Roosevelt dime, a coin that once passed through millions of hands but today could fetch up to $58,000 in the rare coin market. That's right, $58,000 for a coin that many people might overlook, a coin that embodies both everyday American life and the hidden secrets of minting history. So buckle up, because we are going deep into this incredible journey of numismatic wonder, rich history, hidden errors, and big dollar dreams. It all begins with a small silver-colored coin, the Roosevelt dime. On its front, we see the left-facing portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, one of the most influential leaders in American history. His strong profile, the word liberty, the powerful phrase "In God We Trust," and the date 1990 are all engraved in classic detail. Just underneath the year is the tiny letter P, standing for the Philadelphia Mint, the place where this particular dime was produced. While at first glance it may look like just another piece of pocket change, this 1990p Roosevelt dime holds secrets that make it one of the most talked about and sought after dimes in modern coin collecting. Now let's take a journey back into the history of this coin. The Roosevelt dime was first minted in 1946, just months after Franklin D. Roosevelt passed away. He wasn't just a beloved president, was also a major supporter of the March of Dimes, a campaign to fight polio, the disease that had affected him since his youth. So the US government decided to honor his legacy by putting his image on the 10-cent coin, replacing the winged Liberty head, also known as the Mercury dime. Since then, the Roosevelt dime has been a symbol of strength, determination, and progress. By 1990, the Roosevelt dime had already seen decades of circulation. The coin was now being made from a clad composition, which means it was made of copper and nickel instead of silver. The mint at Philadelphia produced millions of these dimes, pumping them out for daily use. But in the middle of this massive production, something rare and unexpected happened. Certain coins came out with errors, unique variations, and minting anomalies that collectors would later discover were worth big money. That's where the legend of the 1990p Roosevelt dime truly begins. One of the most exciting aspects of this particular year's dime is that while most were perfectly normal, a tiny number came out with incredibly rare errors. Some were struck off center, while others were double die averse, where parts of the coin, like the date or the words "In God We Trust," appeared double due to a misalignment during the minting process. Then there were coins with weak strikes, missing mint marks, or even experimental planchets, blanks used that weren't meant for this particular denomination. These rare flaws transformed a common dime into a numismatic superstar, and it gets even better. Among all the 1990p Roosevelt dimes out there, the ones in pristine, untouched condition known in the grading world as MS-68 or higher, are incredibly scarce. These are coins that never saw the inside of a cash register, a purse, or a vending machine. They're flawless, with brilliant luster, sharp details, and perfect surfaces. Coins like these don't just get noticed, they spark bidding wars. And yes, some of them have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. Recently, a 1990p Roosevelt dime in a near-perfect condition shocked collectors when it was sold for a staggering $58,000. Imagine finding one like that in your drawer, in a forgotten roll of dimes, or in an old coin jar passed down from a family member. What makes this even more amazing is that these coins are still out there. Unlike older rare coins from the 1800s, the 1990p Roosevelt dime is relatively young in the coin world. That means there's still a real chance that one of these valuable versions is waiting to be discovered. Maybe it's hidden in a piggy bank, sitting in a cashier's drawer, or quietly resting inside a roll of coins from your local bank. That's what makes this coin so exciting. It's not just a piece of history, it's a treasure hunt that anyone can join. Collectors today are obsessed with finding high-grade examples, and coin grading services like PCGS and NGC are always in demand for authenticating and grading Roosevelt dimes. A dime that looks perfect to the naked eye may score lower upon magnification, so the rare few that earn the highest grades become instant stars in the coin world. And when you factor in a rare error on top of a high-grade condition, now you're talking life-changing value. It's this blend of rarity, history, and condition that sends collectors racing and dreaming of jackpot-level discoveries. Another reason for this dime's increasing popularity is the growing interest in modern-era coins. While in the past most collectors focused on older, silver or gold coins, today's numismatists are paying attention to modern coins from the 1980s, 1990s, and even the 2000s. Why? Because errors in modern minting are rare and often overlooked. This has created a wave of interest and investment in coins like the 1990p Roosevelt dime. As a result, values have surged, and experts predict they will only go higher as more people begin to realize the treasure hidden in these everyday coins. So, what should you be looking for? First, examine any 1990 dime with a P mint mark. Check its condition. Does it shine like new? Look closely for any doubling on the text, especially "In God We Trust" or the date. Turn it over and look for any signs of misalignment or unusual features. If it looks perfect or strange in any way, it could be worth grading. Coin experts always recommend using a magnifying glass and good lighting. And never, ever clean the coin. Cleaning can destroy its value instantly. Keep it in a protective holder and consider sending it to a professional grading service. Let's not forget, the story of the 1990p Roosevelt dime is more than just about money. It's about the power of paying attention. It's a story of how something small, something that people pass by every single day, can hold incredible value. It's about American history, the legacy of President Roosevelt, and the art of coin minting. And most of all, it's about the thrill of discovery. You never know what you might find in the most unexpected places. As we wrap up this incredible tale of the 1990p Roosevelt dime, take a moment to check your change, search those old jars, and maybe even pick up a roll of dimes from the bank. The next $58,000 coin might just be in your hands right now. Don't miss the opportunity to be a part of this modern-day treasure hunt. Because in the world of coins, every pocket holds a possibility, and every coin tells a story. And the story of the 1990p Roosevelt dime is one that will continue to shine for generations to come. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's most surprising coin treasures, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories from the world of rare coins. Who knows what we'll uncover next? Keep searching, keep believing, and you might just strike numismatic gold. Let's take a journey back in time to truly understand where this coin comes from. The Roosevelt dime was first minted in 1946, following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Roosevelt was not just the 32nd President of the United States, but also a passionate supporter of the March of Dimes, a campaign to fight polio, the same disease he battled throughout his adult life. To honor his legacy, the United States Mint replaced the winged Liberty Head dime, commonly called the Mercury dime, with the Roosevelt design. The dime bearing his image quickly became a symbol of hope, progress, and resilience, values Roosevelt championed during the Great Depression and World War II. Fast forward to the year 1987. That year was marked by many changes in the United States, from shifts in politics to a booming economy. The Denver Mint was busy producing coins to meet the increasing demand of a growing nation. Among the coins minted was the 1987 D. Roosevelt dime, a coin made of copper and nickel, weighing 2.27 grams with a diameter of 17.91 millimeters. At a glance, it looks like any other dime, but don't be fooled. Hidden within the millions produced are rare variations, mint errors, and high-grade specimens that have made some of these dimes shockingly valuable to the right collector. Let's take a closer look at the coin itself. On the obverse side, you'll see a left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, with the inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust boldly etched around him. The date 1987 and the mint mark D, standing for the Denver Mint, also appear. On the reverse side, you'll find a torch in the center symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch on the left for peace and an oak branch on the right for strength and independence. The phrase United States of America and the denomination 1 dime are inscribed, serving as a reminder that even a small coin can carry a big message. But what makes the 1987 D dime so special and worth tens of thousands of dollars in some cases? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and collector demand. While the Denver Mint struck over 695 million dimes in 1987, not all coins are created equal. Most entered circulation and suffered the usual wear and tear. However, a select few were preserved in pristine condition, untouched, uncirculated, and in flawless detail. These high-grade coins, especially those graded MS-68 or higher by professional grading services, can fetch staggering prices at auctions. Even more exciting are the error coins. Imagine a dime struck off-center, doubled eye obverse or reverse, or with a missing clad layer that reveals the pure copper core underneath. These minting mistakes are extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors willing to pay a premium. In fact, one such error coin from the 1987 D series sold for a jaw-dropping $58,000 due to its unique error and exceptional state of preservation. That's not just a coin, that's a numismatic jackpot. So how do you know if your 1987 D dime is worth a fortune? Start by examining its condition. A coin in mint state, especially with sharp details and no signs of wear, is already more valuable than an average circulation piece. Next, look for errors, doubling in the letters or numbers, missing mint marks, or even misaligned strikes. If you suspect you have a rare variety, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Their expert evaluation can determine the coin's grade and authenticity, opening the door to premium buyers and auctions. Collectors aren't just paying for metal. They're investing in history, rarity, and stories. The 1987 D Roosevelt dime has all three. Its connection to a beloved president, its role in American history, and the thrill of potentially discovering a rare variety make it a true treasure in the world of coin collecting. And let's not forget, the value of collectible coins has only increased over the years. As more people become interested in numismatics, and as high-grade coins become even scarcer, the value of coins like the 1987 D dime continues to climb. A coin that once bought a gumball could now buy a luxury car, pay off a mortgage, or even fund a college education. You might be wondering where to find such a valuable coin. Start by checking your pocket change, old coin jars, or family coin collections. Visit estate sales, flea markets, garage sales, and antique shops. You never know, someone else's spare change could be your hidden fortune. The thrill of the hunt is part of what makes coin collecting so addictive and rewarding. Another important aspect to consider is the growing online marketplace for coins. Platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections regularly feature rare Roosevelt dimes. However, the key is to educate yourself. Know the difference between a common dime and a rare gem. Learn to recognize signs of value like strike quality, mint errors, and eye appeal. A smart collector is an informed one, and that knowledge could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. As of today, the highest known sale of a 1987 D. Roosevelt dime has reached $58,000, making it one of the most astonishing success stories in recent coin auctions. With increasing media attention, online buzz, and TikTok videos going viral over rare coins, the Roosevelt dime series has become a hot topic, and the 1987 D is at the center of the action. More and more collectors are scrambling to find high-grade examples, while dealers are offering record prices for top-tier specimens. But don't let the number of coins minted fool you. Just because millions were made doesn't mean millions survived in perfect condition. Over time, coins get lost, damaged, corroded, and worn down. The number of high-quality, investment-grade 1987 D dimes is surprisingly low, which is why the best examples can command such eye-popping prices. So the next time you're handed change at the store, or you dump a handful of coins onto the counter, take a moment to look closely. That 1987 D Roosevelt dime might not just be a piece of change, it could be a piece of history, a rare error, or even a $58,000 payday waiting to be discovered. Don't let it slip away. Take it seriously, inspect it carefully, and consider the possibilities. Because in the world of coin collecting, fortunes are found in the most unexpected places. And remember, every coin has a story. Some stories are worth a dime. Others are worth thousands. And then there's the 1987 D Roosevelt dime, a 10-cent coin with a $58,000 legacy that continues to shine in the world of American numismatics. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, keep your eyes open, your magnifying glass ready, and your curiosity alive. Because one simple dime could change your life.